As the Mandalorians assembled and prepared to move out, the rest of the galaxy held its breath. The Emperor knew of the fearlessness and combat skills they possessed, but also respected the fact that they announced their declaration of war verbally instead of a sneak attack, a strategy other factions were known to do. There was honor in the way the Mandalorians worked, and the Emperor knew it still had a bit of time before the Mandalorians would strike first. The Imperial higher-ups agreed to continue the retaliation process on the rebels, not only for revenge on the taken out Star Destroyer, but also to make them more of an appealing target for the Mandalorians. One of the many targets was a small mining facility that the rebels took over from the Imperials a while back. General Organa gave the order for many rebels to evacuate, spread out, and stay low until the Imperial retaliations were over. But since the mining facilities had good defenses including Imperial bunkers, the rebels at the facility were advised to hold position there. The facility was surrounded by steep canyons, making it impossible to attack with walkers. The narrow paths also meant the ability for crowd control, as large armies could not advance all at once. But the Empire exploited the one weakness the maze of canyons gave, which was the ability to attack from multiple sides. Sand troopers and stormtroopers approached the facility from different areas. The rebels had set up defenses and had several scouts overlooking the canyon. The Imperial troops who were advancing in the center got hit the hardest. A deadly wall of blaster fire halted their movement. The blaster fire was heard by the other Imperial squads as well, and they started to rush in, but had to deal with several rebel lookouts. As more and more troops were lost in the center, the right flanking squad managed to get rid of the scouts. They proceeded to aid the center squad. Being attacked from two sides proved too much and the rebels quickly fell. Some of the rebels hid behind the rocks, but the troopers rushed in to break their defense. When the main defense force was taken out, the troopers who were wounded patched themselves up, and they proceeded to the bunker. A few remaining rebels were guarding the bunker, but they lacked proper cover. It did not take long or much effort for the Imperials to corner the rebels and dispose of them. When the battle was over, the rest of the rebels hiding in the bunker were taken out, escorted, and executed. Amongst these were several political representatives from Coruscant, who were negotiating trade agreements with the rebels in a time of war. As suspected, the political repercussions were huge. Some even say that the rebels deliberately ordered the rebels and representatives to avoid fleeing in the hopes they were killed to spark a conflict with Coruscant. There was no denying that the Coruscant people felt attacked and demanded justice. The party in support of joining the war grew in numbers rapidly, yet there were still those who pleaded to avoid getting involved. As the Jedi Council discussed what to do, the streets of Coruscant grew wild and dangerous, as supporters of both political stances were ready to exchange fists.